It's showtime. Hello, everybody. It's Thursday night. I hope everyone is doing well tonight. It's so cold here. So cold here in California. All right, here we go. So we have an interesting topic tonight. Hold on. Okay, well, you gotta enjoy the music a little bit. Gotta enjoy the music. All right, we're gonna bring it down. Cut it off. Okay. So the other day, I was reading comments, and someone asked me if I could do something on small talk. Ask and you shall receive. Quý vị thấy không? One person requested it, and here we go. We're going to do it. Hello, everybody. If you're watching from the United States, let me see you. You know what to do. You know what to do. And if you're in Vietnam tonight or today, let me see a 2. 2 for Vietnam. Because when we take pictures, we always do this in Vietnam. I don't know why. 3 for Canada. And if you're from anywhere else, let's see in comments where you're from. Where is everyone watching from today? And good morning, Vietnam. Good morning, Vietnam. Okay, so we've got lots of 1s and we've got some 2s. Ủa, we got 3 luôn đó hả? Có người từ Canada hả? Hello, chị Mai. Very nice. Okay. So, we're going to learn how to make small talk. Không biết small talk, tiếng Việt, how we say là small talk. You know, when you want to start a conversation, là mình nói chuyện nhưng mà thực sự nó không có gì là quan trọng hết á. Là, you know, maybe say, yeah, it's just not very important. So what do you call that in Vietnamese? How do you say that? Small talk. But it's the way you can start a conversation. And you know what I see all the time là những người mà họ học tiếng Anh hoặc là even mình học tiếng Pháp hoặc là tiếng Nhật hoặc là tiếng Spanish hoặc là tiếng Mễ. Khi mà mình học mà mình thích mình rất là muốn nói chuyện với người ta, right? But it's hard to. Nên tán gì? Tán ngẫu hả? Chưa bao giờ nghe luôn. Tán ngẫu. Okay. Is that the same thing or is that different from tán dóc? That I've heard. Tán dóc là khác phải không? Nói chuyện xã giao. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't know. Thì thôi thì vậy đi thì mình biết là khi mà mình muốn là you know, start a conversation. How do you do that? Okay? So we're going to talk about how to start a conversation using small talk. Small talk. Okay? Small talk. Hello teacher and hello sister. Okay. Rồi tán ngẫu trước giờ nghe. That's very interesting. Here we go. Small talk. One of the first things you do is you ask questions. Right? You ask questions to start a conversation. You could be talking to a customer or a client. Có thể như là maybe quý vị làm nail, chứ không phải là nail. Làm nails should be nails actually. Quý vị làm nails, you want to talk to them. Tại vì nếu mà quý vị làm mà không có nói chuyện với họ đó, then you don't come off friendly. So you want to make some tips? You want to make some tips? You got to be friendly. Okay? So nếu mà mình muốn nói chuyện với khách hàng or Maybe you are the customer. Maybe you're the client and you want to make small talk. Or talk to a coworker. Okay, coworker. Mấy người làm chung có thể mình không có thân với họ, nhưng mà nhiều lúc mình ngồi ngồi xuống mình ăn trưa, you know, have a little conversation. Or you can talk to strangers. Be careful when you talk to strangers. Maybe you're in line, đang đứng xếp hàng là đợi gì đó. And if you wait a long time, people start talking to each other. Yeah, I do. My brother does. My husband does. We do that all the time. We love talking to strangers. We love talking to people. And you can normally tell when someone wants to talk to you or not. So if you start a conversation and they don't look like they want to talk, then stop. Okay? Okay. Nothing worse. Sometimes mình không có biết là họ đang, you know, maybe họ đang lo lắng cái gì đó. You never know why. Maybe they have something going on. So, if they don't want to talk, don't force them. Okay, here we go. Topics of discussion. What can we talk about? These are very common and easy things to talk about. Right? Work, weather, life, travel. Okay, so work. This is probably one of the most common things people start talking about. And of course, what is the most common question? Có ai biết không? The most common question when people start talking about work, they say, what do you do? What do you do? That means, what is your job? What do you do for a living? Yeah? What do you do? Maybe you can ask them, how long have you been? So if you say, what do you do? And they say, oh, I'm a teacher. So continue the conversation. Oh, how long have you been teaching? Okay. How long have you been teaching? And you can take it a step further, meaning make the conversation longer by asking them about it. What do you like best about teaching? Or maybe you want to be kind of funny, right? Like, what do you hate about it? What's the worst part about teaching? And really, these questions you can ask anyone about almost any job. What do you do? Oh, I'm a newscaster. Oh, how long have you been doing that? You can say that. How long have you been a reporter? Or you can say, how long have you been doing that? Nhiều lúc nếu mà cái câu trả lời của họ nó hơi khó để quý vị repeat đó. Yeah. But like if you say, what do you do? And they say, oh, I'm an ophthalmologist. And you can't remember how to repeat that. So you say, oh, how long have you been doing that? So what do you do? Oh, I'm a journalist. Oh, how long have you been doing that? About 26 years. Wow. Well, what do you like best about it? Oh, I meet a lot of people. It's never the same day twice in a row, always something different. Okay, so now you have a conversation. Okay? Oh, what's your dream job? Hmm. What's your dream job? If money didn't matter, what's your dream job? Ừm, có ai bao giờ hỏi quý vị "What's your dream job" không? Mình có thể mình làm việc, mình làm cái khác, nhưng mà nếu mà if you could do anything, what would you do? Let's see some answers. Nếu mà quý vị mà làm được bất cứ cái gì đó, what would you do? Ừm? Oh, would you be an astronaut? Would you go to the moon? What would you do? I wanna see some answers. I would have I mean, I had a dream job and I loved my job, but I also would have loved to be a teacher. That would have been fun. Doesn't pay enough. Yeah, dream job. A pharmacist? Your dream job is to be a pharmacist? Interesting. Interesting. Florist. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. All right. Okay, here we go. Weather. Everyone talks about the weather because it's very like it's non-controversial. Like you shouldn't get into a fight with anyone if you're talking about the weather. Usually. Okay? And you can start it off with a question. What a beautiful day, huh? Quý vị, practice that. Cái chữ sau nhất, okay, is actually important because you could say, what a beautiful day. Cái đó là cái statement, mình chỉ nói là hôm nay đẹp quá. Nhưng mà khi mà mình thêm cái huh là mình đang là you're encouraging them to agree with you. You're encouraging them to respond. What a beautiful day, huh? Oh, yeah. Or I liked it better when it was raining. Okay? What a beautiful day, huh? Can you believe how cold it is? Bây giờ bên Cali rất là lạnh quý vị ơi. Nếu mà so sánh với mấy tiểu bang khác là không có lạnh, nhưng mà đối với Cali là hơi lạnh á. Bởi vậy hôm giờ gặp ai cũng nói hết trơn á. Can you believe how cold it is? So the way you ask the question encourages them to respond. If they respond, yeah, stop talking to them. They should respond by saying something like, I know and I love it. Or, I know I'm so cold and I grew up in Minnesota. Oh, I had a friend who grew up in Minnesota. Khi mà quý vị nói như vậy đó, and they respond, từ từ á là những cái câu trả lời của họ đó, you will make a conversation out of it. I love the rainy weather, don't you? Hmm, maybe they don't. And if they don't, they'll tell you. Tôi rất là thích khi trời mưa. See, but you're making a statement and then at the end you're turning it into a question. So that encourages them to respond to you. Of course, life. You can talk about life. That's easy. You can talk about their health, right? Talk about health. We can talk about plans that we have, plans that we are making. And talk about family, activities. Okay? Life. Life is a big topic. A big area where we can throw everything in there. Rồi, life. How have you been? Có thể nếu mà quý vị okay, go back to the example, mình đang làm nails nha. Và khách hàng, nhiều lúc họ the same khách hàng tới, right? So you see them again. Oh, how have you been? Have you been là nó khác how are you? Nó khác nơi cái chỗ là mình quen họ rồi đó, right? How are you? Then you can ask anybody, how are you? Nhưng mà khi quý vị hỏi là how have you been? Là you're asking them, maybe cách đây 1 tháng. 1 tháng rồi quý vị mới gặp lại. How have you been? How have you been? Có thể là kể về gia đình, công việc. So, it's different. Any plans for the weekend? Mấy chị em làm nails á, this is a great question. Khi mà thứ Sáu họ làm móng tay cho đẹp á. Any plans for the weekend? Right? Có thể họ sửa soạn họ đi party. But that's a good way to get them to talk. How are the kids doing? Okay, so this one là thường mình phải là biết người ta, not a complete stranger. So back to the example. If you're doing their nails and you see them a month later, and if you know, this is where, in any kind of customer service, what makes it special is that you remember who your clients and customers are. Okay? So people who are good at that, like my dad used to remember details, and I used to be like that too. And I still am. Nhưng mà I don't know why sometimes mình bận rộn quá, mình lớn, tự nhiên mình quên cái này, quên cái kia. Nhưng mà you remember people. And if you remember people and you ask them a question, they feel good like you noticed them. Đó là quý vị nhớ là họ có con cái, quý vị hỏi thăm con cái của họ. That's very nice, yeah? Okay. Have you seen the new Avatar movie yet? So now you're talking about like activities. Still small talk. Thật sự, you don't really care if they saw the movie or not. It's just small talk. Right? Travel. You can talk about traveling. And almost everyone has traveled. So this is easy. Hello, David from Florida. Please hit that like button. That's a good idea. Has everyone clicked the like button yet? Nếu mà chưa nhấn like nha. Okay, thank you for the reminder. Nhấn lần thôi nha, đừng nhấn 2 lần. Okay, thank you. Rồi. Thank you, David. So this is super easy. Have you been on vacation yet this year? Although if it's January, so it has to make sense. Nhưng mà that's a great way to get anyone to talk. Okay? Or any vacation plans? Any vacation plans? Sometimes people, because they love traveling, maybe they don't have any plans, but asking that question will get them to talk. They will talk about, no, but boy, I need a vacation. I've been working so hard. It's been 2 years since I went on vacation. So the conversation, right? It doesn't end with a yes or no, and that's good. Or where'd you go on your last vacation? Where'd you go on your last vacation? Super, super easy. Oh, someone's planning to go to Kentucky for spring break. Wow. Wow. Okay. Get me some Kentucky bourbon. Will you? Tui? Tui? And what's your dream destination? Oh, this is a good one. Kind of like khi mà quý vị hỏi người ta what's your dream job đó. Mm? What's your dream destination? Or if it's easier, just say what's your dream vacation? What's your dream vacation? Rồi Lina đang hỏi quý vị đó. What's your dream vacation? Hmm? Oh, someone wants to go to Iceland? That's cool. Anybody else? What's your dream vacation? You know what my dream vacation is? Oh, I've got a couple. Um, Turks and Caicos. I'd like to go to Borneo, Bora Bora. Someone wants to go to Vietnam. Okay. America. America. Okay. Cancun. That's your dream vacation. That's easy. Cancun thì dễ quá rồi. People want to go to Oh, Maldives. Yes. Michael, me too. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love traveling. I love traveling. Does anyone else get so like khi mà mình pack đồ đó, when you're packing your luggage, packing, like it's so fun and exciting when you're packing for vacation. I love it. You're really? Is that your dream destination? It's Alabama? Mhm, Alabama. Europe. Okay. We can make it happen. We can make it happen. Rồi. Another way to start small talk is actually start by sharing. Hồi nãy giờ là mình start by asking. Okay, so up to now we've been kind of start by asking a question. You can also start by sharing something. I turned on the heater for the first time last night. Okay, so now we're talking about the weather, but I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. I turned on the heater for the first time last night. Nó lạnh đến cỡ đó đó. Or I'm hoping to take some time off next month. So, what are we talking about here? Okay, we can start talking about vacations and travel after that. I'm hoping to take some time off next month. I just saw that Avatar last night. Love it. Or loved it. It's supposed to be loved it. See, so you can easily start by sharing something. I wish it would rain some more. I wish it would rain some more. So now we're going to start talking about the weather. Okay? All right. This is so important. Ask follow-up questions. So even people who do that for a living. Quý vị có hiểu cái từ này không? Oops. Pet peeves. I wonder what that how you say that in Vietnamese. Pet peeve, pet peeve. Có ai biết không? Là cái gì mà mình ghét dữ lắm, mình hông thích, cái gì mà nó really bothers you, okay? Pet peeve. And one of my pet peeves is when people don't ask follow-up questions. And I see reporters do it all the time. I hate it. I hate it. Follow-up question là như vậy, là nếu mà quý vị hỏi ai cái gì đó đó, rồi họ trả lời, nhưng mà quý vị không có để ý cái câu trả lời của họ. Ừm, rồi trong đầu mình cứ là, my next question là sẽ là vậy nè. Họ trả lời xong rồi mình cứ hỏi cái câu mà mình tính hỏi đó. Nhưng mà thực sự nếu mà quý vị pay attention, your conversation is right here. So really, the number one rule to being a good conversationalist is to be a good listener. Be a good listener. Now, people do it all the time. Kể cả là reporters and journalists, they do it too. Oh, it bugs me so much. Because sometimes, especially my work in TV, you have the questions you want to ask, but sometimes the best sound bites, okay? Sometimes the best stuff comes out of not a question you thought of ahead of time. The best information comes from a good conversation. So I hated it when I would hear reporters ask a question and the answer deserved another question, a follow-up question, dig deeper. But bad reporters, you know what they do? They're looking at their notepad, they're looking at their next question, they're not even listening to what the answer is. And then the other person stopped talking and they ask the next question. Awful. Okay, pet peeve. All right, here we go. So ask follow-up questions. So if you ask someone, "How are you?" And they say, "I've been better." I've been better. Là sao quý vị hiểu không? I've been better là tại vì họ không có trả lời I'm fine được. That means they're not fine. Yeah, they're not fine. So if you say how are you and they say I've been better and the next thing you say is isn't it beautiful outside today? Nó rất là vô duyên. Quý vị hỏi người ta sao rồi? Cái câu trả lời của họ you have to follow up. If you care, did you listen to them? Okay? Because your next question should be, "Oh no, what's wrong?" This is a real conversation. So you open up with small talk. Nhưng mà now you're having a real conversation. So don't ruin that by not listening. Okay? For instance, if you ask someone, "Any plans this weekend?" Cuối tuần này tính làm gì không? And they say, "I've got to take my mom in for surgery." Rồi. And if your next thing is, "Have you seen the new Avatar movie yet?" You're fired. You understand me? You're fired. Get out of here. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Listen, if they say that, you need to respond. You need to respond to that. We are now having a conversation. You cannot have a conversation if you are not listening. Your answer should be something like, "Oh, I hope it's not serious." Okay, so very, very important. Don't make the mistake of starting a conversation and then not really participating. Okay. Yes, you can ask what's wrong with your mom, but how do the Vietnamese say it? Vietnamese say là giống như là mình phải tế nhị một chút, you know? Maybe they don't want and don't say what's wrong with her. Just say, "Oh, I hope it's not serious." And when you say it like that, you open the door for them to tell you more, but you don't force them. You don't ask them anything that makes them uncomfortable. So you say, "Oh, I hope it's not serious." If they want to tell you, they'll say, "Oh, no, she's just having" I don't know, whatever. "Oh, no, she's just having, what is not serious for mom?" Tự nhiên mom going to the surgery mình thấy là serious rồi, nhưng mà, "Oh, she's just having a mole removed from her nose." Okay. But maybe they don't wanna tell you, so you probably shouldn't say what's wrong with your mom, okay? So, "Oh, I hope it's not serious." So open that door, and they just may say, "Oh, she'll be okay." And they don't want to say more, right? Okay. Some do's and don'ts of a good conversation. Well, I just gave you a big don't. Okay. Please listen. Or maybe that's a big do. Okay. So don't ignore their answer. Make sure you're listening. Maybe sometimes people think, oh, I want to have a good conversation. So they're really just thinking about talking. Nhưng mà thực sự, a good conversation is more about listening. Okay? So be genuinely interested. Genuinely. Genuinely tiếng Việt nói sao? Ừm, um, I don't know if it thiệt thà no, thiệt thà, no. Like you really care, you're genuinely interested. Là thực sự mình muốn biết, khi mà mình hỏi "Anh có khỏe không?" You know? Do you really want to know hay là chỉ là cái so be genuinely interested. Share, but don't overshare. Don't overshare. Chắc quý vị hiểu cái đó mà, phải hông? Overshare. I know a lot of people who share too much. Thành thật. Ừm. Thành thật. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Phương. Um, so you should share. It's not fair if you just ask all the questions. That's not a conversation. So share. Chân thành hả? Chân thành là sincerely, right? Hình như chân thành là sincere. Okay. Don't overshare. Like when people say, "So how was your dinner last night? How was dinner?" Okay. Let's say you got food poisoning. Okay. Yeah, don't overshare. So you don't want, I mean, you could say, oh yeah, the food didn't sit well with me. Tế nhị một chút nha. The food didn't sit well with me. You don't say, "Oh, it was awful. I was on the toilet all night." You don't say that. That's no, no, no. Thân quen thì kệ quý vị. Don't overshare. Okay, rồi. Discuss, but don't debate or argue. Okay. Again, this we're talking about people we really don't know very well. When you're with your really good, close friends, you can argue all you want. I don't care. Okay. So it's okay to discuss something, but don't get into a debate. Don't argue with them. And I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. Nhất là bây giờ đó, nhất là ở Mỹ bây giờ luôn đó. Bên này bên kia đó, you know? So one person makes a comment about Trump, you know, they're expecting the other person to agree with them. The other person does not agree. And then they start fighting. Strangers. So, unless you really enjoy that, don't do that. So, you should steer towards positive topics. So, that small talk we were talking about earlier, like when you're talking about the weather or vacations, good restaurants, that's like you normally don't get into a fight over that. You can debate. Oh, I'll debate all day long what is place is good bún bò Huế, còn cái chỗ kia sao chỗ đó ngon được. That's okay. Nhưng mà when you talk about politics or religion, okay, or all that other stuff now that has made it into politics, like sexual identity and all that stuff, stay away, right? Stay away. Unless you're really looking for a good fight. And depending on where you are, might not be safe. Might not be safe. Not a debate that's worth getting into. And guess what? Enjoy some silence. So when I do my training, when I train people on public speaking and presenting, one of the biggest lessons is that enjoy the silence. Don't feel like you always have to fill the silence. You don't always have to talk. And sometimes that silence is even more powerful, right? I use silence like punctuation because it's tiring. Có khi nào quý vị nghe ai nói chuyện mà mình nghe họ nói mà mình mệt luôn á. It's like, God, how do they keep on talking? It's like, just shut up for 1 second. It's okay. And actually, it's good to enjoy some silence. Back to the example of being in a nail salon. Okay. So if you're the nail tech and you're talking to the customer, good small talk, great. They're going to love it. And you need to pay attention to how they're responding. Maybe they just want to relax. Or maybe some small talk is okay, but not too much. Not too much. Right. Okay, then. Other topics that you can talk about. Food. I love talking about food. Food is a great topic because almost everyone loves food. Almost. Do you know anyone who, like I live to eat. And some people just eat to live. I feel sorry for them. I really enjoy food. So when you talk about it, everyone loves food. Everyone has opinions. What place has got good pho? What place has good bánh xèo? So it's Easy to talk about. Okay? That's an easy topic. Activities. Same thing. Yeah, you talk about plans, talk about activities. Oh, I went bowling for the first time in 20 years. Or I finally got back on roller skates. Things that you do. Or, you know, I'm thinking about going bungee jumping. Have you ever done that? Do you know anyone who has? Okay. Fun, easy stuff. All right. TV shows. Oh, because everyone is streaming these days. Everyone is hooked on some show. I love talking about TV shows. You know why? I know what I like. And so when I talk to people and they have the same, like they like the same shows that I like, then I know we have something in common, right? And then I'll ask them, well, what else have you watched that you like? Because if I already know that we both really like this show, then I'm probably going to like something else that they like, right? And then sometimes I hear people talk about, oh, they really love this show and I hated it. That's about the end of that conversation. I'm not asking for recommendations. So, very easy to talk about. Mm. And of course, family. Okay? Family. Easy. Oh, my kid's going to go to college in 2 years. I can't believe it. You just make you share a little bit like that. And it makes it very easy for them to share about their family. Mhm. Now, now you've got a conversation. Now you don't have to mentally go through that list, right? Don't be that bad reporter who's just going down the list. Listen and have a real conversation. You should avoid things that are too personal or too controversial. So, we talked about politics and religion. Here's the thing about politics. So, because I worked in TV news, and not everyone who worked in TV news was like this. Some people clearly Republican, some people clearly Democrat. For me, like you didn't know, and that's the way I like it. Okay. So, um, I think that as a reporter, you should be objective, and no one needs to know, no one should be able to tell. To me, that makes a good reporter. You can't tell how I vote by how I do my job. Okay. But I've seen people who have lost friendships, lost relationships over politics. It's ridiculous. So, like before you talked about it, you really liked each other. Like, oh, well, God, they were really cool. You enjoyed doing things together. You always had fun. They're so nice. And then you start talking about politics, and because they don't agree with you, suddenly you don't like them anymore. So stay away from politics. And then the other thing is things that are too personal, too personal. And I have to say that most people know when it's too personal. And sometimes it's a cultural thing, the difference between, Western American culture and Asian culture, that it's okay for Asians to talk about things that it's not okay, okay, for Western cultures. So I know there's a difference. Um, but there's more that you can tell about people who Like, there are people I think who should know better. Like, nhất là người Mỹ, okay? Người Mỹ họ biết là tại vì cái culture bên này là không có nên là nói những cái này nè. And those people who still mở miệng ra mà nói á, oh my gosh. Right? You can pretty much judge a person by what they're talking about, what comes out of their mouth. So, one, it was my profession, but two, just me personally and my personality. But I've always said to my kids, you are how you talk. You are how you talk. People perceive you a certain way based on how you talk. Now, when I'm with friends, I talk differently. And sometimes, depending on who I'm with, I will talk differently. Okay. Also, the relationship you have with them is different. But for the general public, everyone else out there, okay, how you talk, what you talk about says a lot about you. So, nhất là when there are cultural differences, you should learn about those differences so you don't get misunderstood. Okay. Talking about those cultural differences. Michael, what is one of the things that you don't ask? What is a question in American culture do you not ask? I get asked all the time, and it's okay. It's okay with me. Nhưng mà người Mỹ á, là thường là không có bao giờ hỏi cái câu này. Nhưng mà người Việt mình á là hỏi tỉnh bơ. Tại vì đối với người Việt á, it's not a big deal. Nhưng mà for some reason, đối với người Mỹ á, mình không bao giờ hỏi tuổi phụ nữ, right? You don't ask women their age. That's just a cultural thing. Some people don't care. I don't care. I love it when people ask how old I am. I don't care. But I'm different. Yeah. What's the other thing? Yeah, you got it, Camille. You got it. And guess what? People ask me all the time. All the time. All the time. Without fail. Bởi vậy mấy người bạn Mỹ của Lina họ cười là tại vì I tell them, I said, người Á Đông họ hỏi hai cái câu đó họ không có mean gì hết trơn á, giống như là nó rất là bình thường. Like, bên Việt Nam khi mà nói, ủa nó làm lương nhiêu, it's rất là bình thường. So I try to explain that. Tại vì nhiều lúc người Việt mình nói chuyện với người Mỹ, hỏi những cái câu mà nó làm they make people feel uncomfortable. And I try to explain that that's a cultural difference. Nhưng bây giờ quý vị biết rồi. So cố gắng mà nhớ như vậy. And even people who've been in America a long time, okay, thì đáng ra quý vị phải biết. Mà có thể là quý vị biết thiệt nhưng mà you don't care. That's different. Nhưng mà two questions. When people meet me, two questions they always ask. Always ask. Mà mỗi lần mà, like if my husband's with me, he will laugh. Là tại vì he biết right away what they're gonna ask. Mà hồi trước cũng vậy. Khi mà Lina đi, I go to dinner or whatever, hoặc là đi chùa, hoặc là đi cái event gì đó, thì có con đi theo. And sau đó 1-2 lần thôi, and then they laugh at it. They biết là có người sẽ hỏi hai câu đó. Nói, oh, how old are you? Oh, I'm 50. Oh, how much you make? You make a lot of money, huh? How much do you make? And it's, so, hai cái câu đó không có nên hỏi. Yeah. Tại vì, like đối với Lina không sao, nhưng mà thực sự đối với người Mỹ, you're not supposed to. It makes them uncomfortable. Yeah, mình không có mean gì nhưng mà tự nhiên mình mở miệng ra mình hỏi cái câu đó làm cho người ta không có thích. Mình nói, ủa gì vô duyên tự nhiên mà hỏi người ta lương người ta làm gì, right? So there you go. Why they can ask us? Who is they? Who is they? If anyone, người Mỹ, is asking you that, one, unless they're going to hire you for something, or two, you're hanging around the wrong people. Like I said, không có phải người Mỹ ai cũng là, I don't know what the word to use is, but you know, người gì cũng có là người vô duyên, right? Yeah. Nếu mà tên mà người Mỹ mà vẫn hỏi chị là chị làm lương bao nhiêu á, thì chị đã gặp người Mỹ vô duyên rồi. Yeah. Okay, back to cultural differences. So those things, right? And then don't be too honest. Don't be too honest. If you're good friends with someone and you know, sometimes mình nghĩ mình là người người bạn thân, bạn tốt. Họ hỏi ý kiến mình thì mình nghĩ sao mình nói vậy. Tính lên là vậy đó. Nhưng mà through life, I have found that most people don't want the truth. Most people don't want the truth. Nên, unless you really, really, really know them, don't be too honest. And you can say things in ways that, you know, not too direct. So we're talking about things that are negative. Okay? Things that are negative. If someone asks, for instance, nếu mà Lina mới cắt tóc rồi hỏi quý vị sao, nào mới mới đi làm tóc nào, mới đi cắt tóc nào, thích không? What do you think? What do you think? If you don't like it, and I can tell when people don't like it, you can still say, it's nice. Cái kiểu quý vị nói Lina biết rồi. Or you could say, it's cute, but I like your hair longer. Tự nhiên thấy dễ thương không? Họ đang chê mình nhưng mà chê cách rất là dễ thương, mình không có ghét họ được. So learn how to say negative things in a way that's not so negative. Okay? All right. I forgot what else I did. Oh, that's all. That's all that I did. So yes, salary and age are normally two things that you don't talk about. And other things like người Việt mình á, the Vietnamese, when they see you and you've had a big change, like it's been a long time, and they người Việt Nam mình quở, you know, they're like, oh, and they're very, very honest about it. And that's just our culture. We don't mean anything. We're just honest. So we say stuff like, oh, I hear people say this, and I have inside I laugh. Like I will see people talking to each other, and I will hear them say, "Trời, sao dạo dạo này chị già dễ sợ vậy?" To me, it's very vô duyên. It actually is. It's to me, it's very vô duyên. Like I, you know, sometimes honesty is one thing, nhưng mà nếu mà không có cần nói mình không có cần nói. Right? Nó đâu có lợi gì đâu. Và chắc quý vị cũng biết là có một cái loại người là họ 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 nói ra một là họ không có suy nghĩ, right? Họ rất là what is vô tư, phải không? Là họ nói nhưng mà họ không có suy nghĩ, họ không có nghĩ trước, họ không có và họ cũng không có muốn làm cho mình đau lòng, nhưng mà it's in their head, out their mouth. Right. And so I've seen people say that. So again, tế nhị một chút, right? Hơi hơi bị Hơi bị tròn hả? Jen, dạo này sao thấy hơi bị tròn á. Yeah, thì bạn bè mình thương á, họ nói vậy. Còn đây á là chị đã từng nghe người ta nói rồi, "Trời ơi, dạo này chị mập dễ sợ á." Or, you know, "2 năm không gặp thì nhìn chị hông ra luôn á, sao tự nhiên dài dễ sợ." I hear people talk like that. It's so funny. So, on that front, I've said this before and I'm gonna say it again because I think it's important. Bây giờ mình bước qua năm mới nha. If you have a habit of being too critical tiếng Việt là what is critical? Là mình someone look it up and tell me. So try to fix it a little bit. Là tại vì, mình nói chuyện với người thân, mình nói chuyện với, người trong nhà, con cái, vợ chồng, anh chị em, maybe cha mẹ. It's all the people we love. Thì mình rất là honest. Nhưng mà nhiều lúc á, mình không có cần nói, mình không có cần nói. Okay, mình không có sợ mất lòng của những người mà trong nhà mình. Mình sợ mất lòng những người lạ. Bởi vậy quý vị không có dám mà người lạ mà mình nói cái sự thật mình đang suy nghĩ sao, maybe mình nghĩ xấu về họ mình nói ra luôn. Of course not. Tại vì quý vị sợ mất lòng người ta, right? Tại sao mình không bao giờ mình sợ mất lòng người trong nhà vậy? So these are the people that we love. Chị Trích, that's right, I can never remember that. So, like I find myself because cái tánh của Lina hồi trước giờ là vậy đó, là có sao nói vậy, là nó cứ là có sao nói vậy. And even though là mình không có ý gì xấu hết trơn, nó thật sự là như vậy là mình nói ra thôi, right? Um, but now I'm learning to be less that way. So, trước khi mình nói mình just take a second mình suy nghĩ một chút. Bây giờ có cần nói hông đã? Có cần hông? Do you need to say that? If it's negative, do you really need to say that? Rồi nếu mà quý vị dễ thương, nếu mà quý vị giỏi nha, đi thêm bước nữa, bây giờ mình tính nói cái đó, bây giờ thôi mình nói gì cho nó nice đi. Just say something nice. And watch your relationships change. Even with con cái cũng vậy. Yeah. Tại vì I'm a tough parent. But I've learned to step back. Mình đừng có khi nào là cũng gặp nó là cũng nói, gặp nó cũng or vợ chồng cũng vậy. Okay, gặp là cứ là cằn nhằn, right? Là có gì cũng nói. But if it doesn't matter, why waste another minute of your life making someone else feel bad? It's not worth it. No, it doesn't make any sense. So, maybe quý vị cần là phải đối xử với người trong nhà giống như mình đối xử với người ngoài. Tại vì I think bảo đảm á, 90% quý vị đối xử với người ngoài đẹp hơn với người trong nhà. Mình nói những cái câu nó đẹp hơn, nó nice hơn với người trong nhà. So we need to change that. Okay? So nhất là con cái đó. Yeah, mình la nó một cái, nếu mà nó làm something wrong mình phải la, that's of course. Nhưng mà make it a point to say something nice, build them up. And I know that that's not a Vietnamese thing. I know là Vietnamese cha mẹ dạy con cái là giống như là mình phải mình can be á, you know. Mày không giống thằng kia hoặc là sao con họ vậy mà nó không có lợi. Mà if you say it every day and they hear it every day, nó rất là hại. Yeah, it's bad. So next time Okay, I want you to think of me. Next time, I want you to just stop and actually say something nice. "Ừm, okay, like, "Ồ, hôm nay con giỏi quá." Hoặc là "Ồ, nhá." Even a little thing like, even, like, very small little things, like I compliment my daughter on something, it does make sense. I mean, it does make a difference, okay? Rồi, so that's that. So be nice, just be nice. Okay, look at the time. Oh my gosh, it's already 8 o'clock. Hết thì giờ rồi. Nói nhiều quá. Jim, thank you very much. I hope you understood some of that, Jim. It's just spreading a little love, right? Just spread a little love. Spread some love. Everyone, be nice. Say something to make someone feel good. Okay, next time, remind me, Fat or Michael or someone, remind me when talking about honesty, I have a question for everybody, but we're out of time. So remind me next time to ask this question, okay? Because a lot of questions can have a lot of different answers. This one, maybe one or two. Yep. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Okay, so enjoy a little small talk, learn some cultural differences, and listen. Make sure you're a good listener. Good listener. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. On Monday, what are we going to talk about on Monday? Chưa biết luôn. Cô giáo này dở lắm. Nhiều lúc là maybe 1-2 tiếng trước khi livestream mới là think of something. Okay, everybody. I love you. Gosh, you guys are great. Have a great night. Have a great day over there in Vietnam. And we'll see you Monday. For what? Money Mondays. Money Mondays. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Stop. There's one thing I do have to talk about on Monday. As you know, I've been helping people, and someone wanted me to take a look at something at a policy someone presented to them, and it is so bad. Quý vị ơi, my good deed for this week, my good deed was I saved somebody, bây giờ phải làm toán rồi. I saved somebody a ton of money that they would have had to pay and there would have been no way out. Họ mà đi thêm một bước trước khi nói chuyện với Lina, they are in a world of hurt. So I'm not going to forget that. I have to show it to you. And what I'm going to do là em going to show luôn cái bằng chứng đó. I'm going to not show you their name. Nhưng mà I'm going to show you what almost happened. Hèn gì bởi vậy. So many people, they hate life insurance, and they should because they've had bad experiences. And so, I felt so good finding that out and pointing it out to her. Thêm một bước thôi là she's in big trouble. So I'll talk about that on Monday. Quý vị nhớ nhá, if you have any questions or anything, join me on Monday. We'll talk about money. Music. Okay. Hạ xuống chú. Tôi không muốn nói chuyện. Blood pressure just goes up. Calm down. Calm down. Everybody just relax. Take a deep breath. Have a good night. Enjoy your day. And we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Happy Friday, almost.